Hey funky people, what's going on? It's 36 COF here, and I got Kaiju number 8, chapter 40 to talk about, guys. But before I do that, I want you to drop a like and drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, guys, because it does help out with the channel. And I've got more Kaiju number 8 videos coming out in the future, My Hero Academia and One Piece, plus more animes and other shows I want to talk about. But without no further ado, let's get into chapter 40. Now, chapter 40, we see the aftermath of the Kaiju assault, and we just see my boy Gen, and he's looking dope as always. He's looking dope, and from when I first met Gen, his first formal introduction, when Kikoru met him, fell in love with the character instantly, because the way he was built up, he was made out to be this supreme badass, which he still is by all means, still supreme badass. But obviously in anime and manga, these characters always have these quirky characters, and he's a procrastinating gamer who doesn't tidy his room. Now that hit personally for me, but it just goes to show that even being a procrastinator and a gamer, you can still get shit done. So that's no excuse for me and this channel. So yeah, Gen is by far my favorite character in Kaiju number 8 so far now. But also we get to see more of his personality in this chapter, and he's just pissed. The guy is pissed off because Captain Mina Bay, she's taking the credit for him taking out the Kaiju. Now, if you haven't read chapter 49, go read chapter 39. Chapter 39, sorry guys. Go read chapter 39 because, like I said, Gen's introduction was hilarious. I loved it. Loved the way they did it. I loved the slow build up as Kikoru was walking with Gen's vice captain, and she's got this idea in her head of how Gen's going to be. But now he's flipping out. Gen is flipping out because of Mina taking the credit for his work, and he's like, hold up, why is she got all the credit? Why is she taking all the credit? And Kikoru's just there like, seriously, you're a captain. Why are you getting bent out of shape over this? It is great because whilst he's just flipping out over the fact that his shine's been taken away from him, which I'm 100% for. Like, I love you, Mina, but you don't take shine from Gen. He's not the strongest for. He didn't become the strongest for on people to take the credit for him. So you've been a bit of a bitch, Mina, if I'm being honest. But not long after whilst he's doing this whole rant and his spiel, because he's also on Twitter, or what's the equivalent of social media, and he's like, oh, my following's going down. Again, another reason why I love the characterization of Gen. And just right then, his first division vice captain, Eiji Hasegawa. Forgive me for my pronunciation, guys. Japanese isn't my first language, like with most manga and anime YouTubers, so it's whatever. But point is, he's here and he said, sir, I've been trying to page you for a while. I've been trying to get a hold of you. And, you know, the way Gen is like, oh, wow. He's like, wow, I don't want to go to a meeting with a bunch of old stuffy people barking orders at me. And he's like, why should I do it? There's no incentive for me. He's like, there's no incentive for me. Why should I do it? And his vice captain Eiji, he just kicks him. He's like, it's your job. And again, like I said, he's the captain, so he knows he's gonna have to go. He'll moan and complain and bitch about it, but he'll go in the end of the day because he knows his role in the defense force. But he does ask, so what is this? So what's so important that they've summoned me? And that's when Eiji says it's about Kaiju number 8. It's about Kaiju number 8. It's about Kafka. And we pan to a shot. We see Kafka. He's working out. I wouldn't say he hasn't bulked up. He hasn't got prison swole yet. He ain't been in there long enough. But he's working out. He's keeping his mind focused, keeping his body active, which is a good thing that he should be doing. Because the last thing he wants to do is start to fall into despair and give up. But Kafka's focused and determined, which I love. Because he's like, what will he have me do? What's going to happen to me? And just then the doors open and we see the security detail and they tell him to come with him. Now the next page I love because we see Kafka and he's wide-eyed, but he's in General Shinomaya's office, and so is Gen, Eiji and Kikoru. They're all dead, have all been summoned. And Isao, he says he tells him why they're here. I'm here to place you in the first division, Kafka. And Kafka is he's surprised by this. He's shocked, but bear in mind he's still expected to be executed. Because I'd have to look back on the chapter page, but Kafka knows his execution has been put off for now, but he needs to show his usefulness. So he wonders why Gen is in the office as well before the general tells him this. But now he understands why he's been summoned. He's been placed in the first division. Now at first, I was happy about this. I was like, yes, Kafka's going to be in the strongest division. His growth, his strength is going to grow exponentially with this, with training under the strongest captain. But Gen's against this. He says, no thanks, I decline. And even Kafka's a bit surprised. Well, yeah, Kafka is surprised and he wonders why he declines. But Kafka is up for it. Kafka, like I said, Kafka is focused. He wants to prove his usefulness to the division and to, to all his friends, his comrades, Mina, his bae, and also the head of the defense force, so he doesn't die, basically. And the general says this is a great chance for you to show your usefulness and show your capabilities. Now, bear in mind, we don't know if there's any other ulterior motives on why the general has placed him in the first division, other than to see what Kafka's capable of. And like I said, Gen has declined. He said that the strongest division will do fine. We don't need Kafka. And this is where it gets a bit sinister, because he says it would be better to have Kafka killed and turned into a body armor, for me. Now this is messed up, because Gen doesn't know Kafka at all. He doesn't know him from Jack. He hasn't trained with Kafka, and he hasn't trained Kafka and been around him to know his personality and type of person he is. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't be so reluctant to have him killed. But the general tells him it will not do. That's not going to happen. Kafka's joining the first division. Kaiju number 9 has disguised itself and gone into hiding. We saw that, and in the last chapter 38, we saw him shed his skin, and he's stronger than before. Kaiju number 10 caused so much destruction to the defense force, and they keep finding, and it's a clear indication that we're going to be finding more specialized kaiju, more kaiju evolutions coming down the line, and we need to prepare for it as best as we can. Having Kafka train under the strongest division will help that. But Gen he's not up for it. He says, "Why don't you trust me?" And that little line there tells me that there's something going on between Gen and Isao, or maybe there was a particular reason why Isao doesn't trust him, because Gen, he makes it out like a joke due to his personality, like, oh, you don't trust me, but it doesn't seem right. It seems like there's something else going on. And we hear more from General Isao, and he says he does tell Narumi he's arrogant and he needs to evolve, basically. It's the crux of what he's saying. We must also come to evolve Narumi, because Narumi seems very stuck in his ways. Like we see, he's a very stubborn character. He knows what he wants. He knows how he likes things done. He'll do it his way, regardless of if it's right or wrong. And now Kafka does speak up. He does speak up, and he says to Captain Narumi, I can't just die yet. There's something I must do, and there's something I need to accomplish. And obviously he's talking about standing by Captain Mina's side, being on levels with Mina. And that's when he salutes. Arm up. Kafka Hibana, ready to serve the first division, sir. And Narumi, he does relent, and he says, fine, you could join us, but I'm interested in skills and results. I want to see your skills and what you have. If you go berserk again, I will put you down. He makes no mistake that he will kill Kafka if he goes berserk again. Even if he's able to rein himself in, it seems like he'll still be willing to kill him. Like I said, he wants Kafka turned into a weapon for him, or a suit. Now, I think that would look... Kafka would make a dope set. He would make a dope set of armor, I have to say. But obviously, I don't want Kafka to die and be turned into a battle armor. What do you guys think? Do you guys want him to? I mean, he's the main character. How would the story go from there if that happened? But that's the end of the chapter. That's Kaiju number 8, chapter 40, guys. It was a more talkative chapter. That hasn't been much action, but bear in mind, I mean, the last chapter we had Captain Gen showing his stuff. 2 chapters before that we had a long drag out fight with Kafka. So I like these short breaks that Kaiju number 8 have to help expand the world more, because this is what it needs, because it's only at 40 chapters and Kaiju number 8 is slept on, in my opinion. I tell all my friends about it every time. Kaiju number 8, guys, get on Kaiju number 8. And it's what I'm telling you guys now, get on Kaiju number 8. But that's my chapter. Well, my chapter. That's the 36 Chambers of Fun, Kaiju number 8 chapter review. I'm 36 COF. I hope you guys liked the video. Drop a like and drop a comment down below. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Share the video to all your friends and family who are into anime. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. I'm 36 COF. Keep it fresh and keep it funky. Goodbye.